Imagine if the summers reached the temperature of over 100 degrees the entire summer. What would you do? How could we sustain our current lifestyle in this heat, not to mention severe droughts across the nation? As we continue to try to ignore the truth about global warming, it is putting us a little bit closer each day. Now is the time to act and try to reduce the problem that we are placing on ourselves. As you look around and see the weather patterns change throughout the seasons, you might say you can prove the theory. I have seen numerous accounts of media coverages placing emphasis on global warming effects, hurricanes, strange weather patterns, and serious droughts throughout the world. Matter of fact, just recently, 2 record ocean storms ever recorded in history just made the newsfeed. I will discuss this strange weather phenomenon, what causes them, and corrective actions that we can start now to slow down these effects. Greenhouse effects will be discussed on how it should work to help keep the earth sustainable and how the depletion of the ozone layer causes the greenhouse effect to fail. What is global warming? According to Ashita Haldar, global warming, the cause and consequences, global warming can be described as the increase in the average temperature of the Earth's near surface, air, and oceans since the mid-20th century, and its projected continuation of this effect. I do understand, as we look back several years ago and think to ourselves about the climate we have experienced, we may not believe that. One should remember that it is the average increase over a long period of time. As we start to understand what global warming is, it is very important to understand what causes it. One can recall numerous reasons that could contribute to global warming. Carbon dioxide is the first thing that you may think about pertaining to global warming causes. According to the interesting Live Science website, the increased volumes of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases released by the burning fossil fuels, land clearing, agriculture, and other human activities are believed to be the primary sources of the global warming that has occurred over the past 50 years. There has been numerous accounts, all in the media coverage, of raging wildfires and catastrophic droughts. Some places are still underwater shortage situations, and at one point an estimated 65 million people were affected from the droughts that have taken over the planet. The problem that some people cannot gather together is when you talk about serious droughts across the planet, and then on the other hand talk about melting ice caps and rising sea levels. We all know that the two have nothing to do with each other than the concept of them both dealing with water as the main topic. The sea holds 2 facts that could help encourage the evidence of global warming. Massive hurricanes and cyclones are starting to be more common recently, and the rising sea levels as discussed previously. According to Janan Hutt and Scott A. Mandia, Rising Sea Levels, and Introduction to Cause and Impact, both ice sheets of Antarctica and Greenland could cause a rise in sea levels of approximately 211 feet if they melt completely. What is a greenhouse effect, and what do we know about it pertaining to global warming? Greenhouse effect is the natural process where gases are trapped inside the Earth's atmosphere to control the climate. According to John Houghton, Global Warming, The Complete Briefing, the basic terminology for greenhouse effect is the similarity between the radioactive properties of the Earth's atmosphere and of the gases in a greenhouse. How does the greenhouse effect distract the climate of the planet, you may ask? The greenhouse effect can be broken into 2 categories to understand the process of it. The natural greenhouse effect is the normal process where the climate is controlled by these trapped gases. On the negative side, you may have called the man-made greenhouse effect, where additional gases are emitted into the atmosphere that enhances the process causing the negative effects on our climate and planet. Arguments against the entire global warming idea have turned into a political nightmare within the past 20 years. Global warming improvements have been used to leverage different opinionated concerns of the political aspects. Another type of argument about global warming is the one that disagreed due to current conditions. These can be observed by asking the normal population, and their response will be strictly based on their lifetime. Some of the comments may vary from the snowstorm every year are getting larger, snow in the deep south, or even torrential rains in Texas recently. One must understand that global warming occurs over a long period of time versus recent events. There are many things that can be done to help reduce global warming. The first fact that is always heard is to reduce and recycle. Reducing the air pollution and recycle helps prevent deforestation. Planting trees versus removing them helps promote a cleaner air quality that helps the greenhouse effect. According to Chris Oxland, global warming, the most important action to stop global warming is reducing carbon dioxide emissions, which comes from burning coal, oil, gasoline, and other fossil fuels for power. The easiest way to achieve this is to increase more laws to prevent these emissions, carpool when available, and investigate more efficient transportation methods using electricity or solar. I have discussed the causes, effects, and some main preventions of global warming. We must act now to sustain our planet. We need to keep the political issues from the scientific evidence that global warming is real and it is continuing to change our planet. Remember, recycle whenever possible and help keep the planet green.